So for as long as I can remember, I have always been pretty fascinated in supplements. Going back to my late teens, early 20s, when I was really always going to the gym. Back then I was more interested in, protein shakes and like creatine and all these crazy, wacky magic pills to help me just get stronger, bigger in the gym and, all that stuff. And to be honest, back then I didn't really care too much about the potential health risks with some of these supplements, versus where I am today, 10, 15 years on, and I'm still equally as fascinated about supplementation and what can we incorporate into our everyday diets and lifestyles to help us just be fitter, healthier and stronger. And it shifted from, say, back then it was more about, say, building muscle and being strong, and now it's shifted to, I still want to build muscle, stay strong, but it's more about vitality, longevity, and it's about what's going on inside my body. So the exciting thing is now we've been growing our own food, or predominantly most of our food, for this will be our 5th summer. And naturally I've always had an interest in growing food, but also about the nutritional benefits of what is in food and how that affects the body. And an idea that I've been playing around with for quite a while now is I want to create my own supplements. And I thought, how cool, with our project Nourish Community, where we grow, donate and educate people on food growing, is just how fun could that be to start drying out and processing some of the food we grow and creating these like blends. And I was walking out of the garden the other day, and I've been looking at some of the produce that I could dry out, turn into a powder, and basically start creating a blend and just have fun with it. Because, in this day and age, yes, it's amazing to get hold of real whole food, organic, where possible, but the way the world is with the amount of toxins in our life, there are so many toxins that we just can't avoid. It's what else can we do? Most of us don't have time to sit down all day every day and just eat, let alone getting hold of organic food at a half decent price. But and most of us are very busy 9-to-5 lifestyles. So what supplementation, how can we get as much bang for our buck in the shortest amount of time? So I've been playing with the idea, and I was walking around the garden and I was going through some of the things we're growing this year, and I thought, this could be really, really cool. So I just want to share those with you. And, again, I would love to hear from you. Are you interested in, growing your own superfoods, making your own superfood blend? That's something that we want to do here at Nourish. So with that being said, let me start going through some of the plants that we are growing this year and I'm most excited about. So the two that I first time growing this year, and I've wanted to do this for literally since we started, but I always miss the window because they need quite a lot of time to grow, and that is ginger and turmeric. And it's something I cook with a lot, and I've been fascinated studying about turmeric and the curcumin in turmeric, and the what source gives you the most curcumin per for the root, because the stuff you buy in the store can be like literally 2%, whereas through a bit of research I've stumbled across a place in India called Lakadong, and Lakadong turmeric can have anywhere from like 10 to 13% curcumin in the turmeric. Now, I'm not growing Lakadong turmeric. I managed to source some organic root, and this year it really is more of an experiment. We're always experimenting in the garden. So those two, ginger and turmeric. Why? Predominantly because of their anti-inflammatory effects and the way they support the immune system. Because unfortunately, a lot of us, we live with inflammation, be it back pain, our organs, our muscles, our joints can become so inflamed through diet and lifestyle. The amount of acid forming foods, drinks, the stress on the body, that all causes inflammation. So what can we take to bring down that inflammation and help kind of put out that fire. So those two are very two plants that I just can't wait to harvest them in a couple of months, see how the roots are doing, and get drying them out and just seeing about the blends we can make. And then the other plants we're growing, which I'm really excited about, is parsley. Now, parsley is full of chlorophyll, but also it's fantastic and known for its detoxifying effects on the body. It can help remove heavy metals. And again, we have so many metals and toxins in our day-to-day life. We can't even avoid these metals. So to incorporate parsley, and we're growing so much of it, we've been growing it predominantly outside, but as we go into the winter months, we're going to overwinter it in the polytunnel, so we can hopefully have that ongoing supply of parsley that we can add to our blends. Another two, I should say, are leafy greens. So we've got kale and spinach, super high in chlorophyll, and again, very alkalizing on the body. Like I said earlier, we live a lot of our diets and lifestyles cause our blood, our systems to become very acidic, and we predominantly thrive and do a lot better when our body is in a more of an alkaline pH. So those leafy greens will be going into the blend this year. And then two plants that I love growing because they're really easy to grow, but they're like these hidden everyday superfoods that not a lot of people talk about, and those two are carrots and beetroot, which are high in nitrates, high in antioxidants for that amazing orange pigment of the carrots and that reddy purple of the beetroot. But again, high in nitrates, really good for circulation. And again, for the gym, a lot of people take nitric oxide supplements to really get that pump, whereas you can literally take beetroot juice and carrot juice to help get those nitrates, which will convert and help give you that pump, but also clean your blood, get circulation improving. I mean, there's an abundance of health benefits. So they are the ones that I am most excited about creating a blend. I might add, some of our tomatoes, dry them out for the lycopene, that amazing pigment in the skin. So this year will be a big experiment of how I can start creating more nutritionally dense foods, supplements, and I want to share that with you because it's been a vision to grow these foods for a long time, but to create our own supplement, I just think would be so amazing. And also, are you thinking like this? Are you I would love to hear from you, because I think it would just be amazing to start exploring things like this, because like I said, we've been growing predominantly most of our food for the last 5 summers, and now I just feel okay, cool, what's the next thing that we can play around with? And another thing that we are growing, that we've been growing for the last couple of years, but won't be making it into the blend, I don't think. We tend to keep these a bit more separate, and for good reason, are chilies. Now let me see if you can see this. Can you see that? So that there is cayenne pepper. So I dried these and ground them up last year. So that is from last year's harvest. And now here, these, if you can see, I went out this morning. Is that focusing? I went out this morning and harvested these cayenne peppers. So one thing that Nick and I will be doing this year, like we did last year, is making more hot sauces. But we want to make these immune boosting hot sauces, just to really help fire up, get that immune system going. And but I'll definitely be drying some of these out again, adding them to chili oils, stuff like that, making blends and more powder for just for cooking with, adding to anything really. It's just about having fun. But we grow these foods with intention. We don't just grow things for fun, which yes, there is fun involved, but I'm always thinking, okay, where can this take us? What are all the use cases? What can we do with all these plants and produce that we grow and produce? So anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. I just wanted to start talking about some of the ideas we've got going on, and then hear from you if you're thinking the same, doing the same. Love to hear from you. And then also, just to mention, in the description below, you can see all the ways you can connect with us through our social media, join our online food growing community. We've got free grow guides and a Nourish garden planner where you can basically learn all about companion planting, all the different plants that work well together, you know, sow, grow and harvest schedules for a lot of plants. It takes the headache out of learning to grow food. Anyway guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Have a good one, and I look forward to catching up with you guys soon.